everybody, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel, hashtag MovieBay. I am MovieBay, and in this video, I'm going to be doing a review over the Traitors US episode 8 entitled The Bitch is Lying, okay? Before we get to it though, I would like for you all to consider subscribing to the channel because here on MovieBay, I do reviews, reactions, and commentary to movies and television, and if that is the type of content you like, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you enjoy my thoughts and opinions along the way, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps your girl out, pushes your girl into the algorithm, okay? And of course, leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Now let's go ahead and get into this review. Now, personally, my personal opinion, this episode was not what that was. If it wasn't for Tom, I would have probably fell asleep. I had to rewatch this episode about 3 times simply because I was bored and started getting on my phone and things like that. But that's okay. Your girl got the notes and we just gonna hit on the talking points, okay? So let's start at breakfast. Sam. Oh my bad. There was a short list for elimination, and the Traitors had to eliminate in plain sight. Okay. Alan stated if you were there and you turned around and saw him, you were safe. But if you turned and saw the Traitors, of course you are eliminated. That was, I don't remember who verbatim was on that list. I think it was Sam, Baby Dylan, Chriselle, Dolores, and Tom. I believe it was them. But anyways, I know that they were going back and forth if they should eliminate Derek or Chriselle. And at that point in time, I thought that Derek, was good with Danielle. So why would I eliminate an ally? Even though he is smart, why would I eliminate an ally? Okay, so honestly, I personally would have eliminated Chriselle. But everybody had a good reason to be eliminated because they are literally obvious faithfuls. So we could just take any one of them out. You know what I'm saying? This really wasn't like no big major move, okay? That needed to be made. Not yet. So at breakfast, everybody who was shortlisted, when they come in, they talk about their experience. And Sam comes up with the idea, you know what? We need to ask everybody who comes in what did the chapel look like, ask them about Alan, because the Traitors won't be able to answer that question accurately. So I was like, ooh, Sam, that was smart. That was smart, Sam. He speaks. He thinks. Sam is coming with it, okay? So with that being said, when Carolyn comes in, because she was also quote unquote shortlisted because she was on that team. And when she come in and they ask her about what was Alan wearing, and Chriselle was it was beautiful, and it was kind of like this thing with like this thing and then another thing, and I was like, Carolyn, you in danger, girl. You in danger, girl. But they chop it up to just Carolyn being Carolyn. Like her goofy quirkiness all over the place, ADHD, diagnosed, undiagnosed self is literally coming into handy because nobody takes her serious anyways. It's like, oh, well, that's just Carolyn. She can't even get her thoughts together. Like, how could she possibly be a traitor? And yeah, it's suspicious because she couldn't answer the question, but then again, it's Carolyn. So with that being said, they did decide to eliminate Chriselle. They said, well, first off, Carolyn is so funny to me. Chriselle was like, can I ask why? And Carolyn was like, girl, you just too faithful. I was like, Carolyn ghetto. Carolyn a little bit ghetto. Then you got Danielle with this freaking, it just had to be done. What's done is done. It was the move. It's how it is. I said, girl, what award are you trying to win? What award are you trying to win? Danielle is acting and Carolyn is like, girl, you're just too faithful. Like, I'm not going to hold. I got to stop saying it. But I really thought that the roles would have been reversed. But I don't know. Carolyn is funny to me. So I think that was the right decision to get rid of Chriselle. Because Derek is an ally to Danielle, so it's not the time to take him out. I believe Sam was up there, but Sam is like a mouse. So like, why would I do that? Nobody believes in Tom's vote. Dolores, we could keep her around for the housewives theory. I'm just saying. And then Chriselle, who everybody thinks is a faithful. So I think that they personally made the right choice. All right, so let's talk about, we could talk about like the challenge real quick, because everything else is strategy talk. So I would just like to say that Tom is a joy. Tom is my fave. And if Tom was not on this show, it would be absolutely boring. I'm not gonna hold you. God dang it, that's three. That's three. Take a shot every time I say not gonna hold, okay? Because apparently that is just ingrained in my vocabulary. So, anyways, yeah, Tom. We love Tom. I don't know Tom from the Vanderpump show. I know everybody don't really care for him, but he is a hoot to me. I'm a fan. Okay. Um. Anyways, in during the challenge, Sierra also gets the shield. Okay. Now y'all know I don't see it for Sierra. She always trying to get a shield when ain't nobody thinking about her. But if out of all the times that Sierra got a shield, now it's the time where she really needed a shield. Okay. And that's because her name, of course, has been brought up. So let's go ahead and get into the strategy talk prior to the round table. All right. So everybody is basically, oh my God, y'all know. Why y'all don't be telling me, bro? I gotta really start doing these things live because I make these slideshows and I forget that I've made them, and now I'm just talking. What's my next thing? Gosh darn it! All right, well here we go. Sheesh. Sheesh. Okay. Anyways, so the strategy talk. So basically, the faithfuls, they have to start picking up on old leads. Okay. So we have Tom, who asked about, hey, Carolyn, what was that whole thing with you and Danielle at the round table? And I was like, ooh, Tom. Yes, Tom, bring that back up because we ain't forget about that. It got overshadowed because other people was trying to get other people out. But we need to talk about why did you call her out? Let's dig into that a little bit. So Carolyn basically just restates what was going on and emphasizes that apparently it wasn't true, right? But she said that people was coming up to me saying Danielle was saying my name, but it wasn't true. Okay, apparently. And honestly, that could be disregarded as this is a game where we have to basically accuse and assume people of being traitors. So everybody would have somebody's name in their mouth at one point in time. You know what I'm saying? I just thought that I was cool with her, so I was wondering why was she suspecting me. You know what I'm saying? So boom. I just like that Tom brought that up because on camera nobody has even mentioned how weird that was and how random that was for Carolyn just going rogue and going at Danielle. The other thing that is coming up is Sierra. So Sierra brings up Brittany and Danielle. Okay, she says that they're both gamers, they both have traitor qualities, and they've been spending a lot of time together. So even if one of them or both of them are traitors, they have an alliance. They're going to take each other to the end, and we need to split them up. I agree. I just want to know, why wasn't this brought up with the Bambis? The Bambis had a 3-person alliance that eventually was split up, but nobody was making an effort to split them up. You know what I'm saying? Sierra's other I guess argument towards Danielle is with the coffin theory because she knows it's being brought up. We'll get to that in a minute. But she says with the coffin theory, everybody wants to look at the coffin theory, but who was eliminated that night? Jeremy. And Jeremy was suspicious of Danielle. So everybody's looking at me when they should be looking at Danielle. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, good point, Sierra. Good points. Now, at this point in time, I knew that she was a danger girl because she was getting edited a lot in this episode. All right, so I said, yeah, looking too good, Sierra. So hopefully you present this argument at the round table. Now, the last theory that is coming up, like I said, is the coffin theory. Sam brings this up, okay, and he says, with the coffin theory, Nikki has been eliminated, Jeremy has been eliminated, but Sierra is still around. And if you think about who the traitors are that we got out, Bob the drag queen and Rob, it's believable or likely that they convinced Sierra to get in the coffin. They are gamers. They would make a game move like that, trying to, I guess, like double bluff. All right. And then Brittany adds in a little sprinkle that Sierra was also the only person that voted with Rob against me, and Rob was a traitor. So that could have been 2 traitors trying to link up. So I was like, okay, people actually have good arguments for Sierra and Danielle. So let's bring it to the round table. All right, let's bring it to the round table. Oh, yeah, no, I can mention that later. Yeah, I think I can bring that later. All right, so at the round table, Sierra starts, and she puts it out on the table about the coffin theory so she could debunk it. And she basically says that one, it's 6 women and 4 guys. Okay, it's 6 women and 4 guys. 2 male traitors have been banished. This was going around the house as well. So, like, odds are there is a female traitor. So, y'all want to bring up the coffin theory? Let's bring it up. But let's talk about who was eliminated during the coffin theory, right? There, not Eric. What's that man's name? Jeremy. And Jeremy was suspicious of Danielle. Okay. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bring up Tom's comment, but Tom's comment talk about it's likely that a female will be a cheater because females are better socially. I said, boy, shut up. And especially because apparently he cheated on somebody. I guess that was really public, and everybody was like, vote for Tom. I said, great. Tom about to get voted off simply because of they petty. Simply because they petty. I would not have been surprised. All right, so my thing is though with Sierra was basically presenting an argument more so Brittany than Danielle. And I felt like that's where she messed up because she had more evidence against Danielle than she had for Brittany. But for some reason, she was just she wanted to go at Brittany. She was suspicious of Brittany simply because Brittany doesn't speak up at round tables. And given that they had 2 loud, outgoing traitors, the other traitor might be a little more soft-spoken, falling to the back, since those other 2 were very boisterous and had suspicions on them, which made sense to me. And then Brittany tried to flip it and was like, actually, I think faithfuls are more quiet because they don't want to be targeted, and traitors can be more loud. And I was like, first part of the argument, yes. Second part, no, ma'am. Then when Sierra finally does bring up Danielle says that I actually voted for Boston Rob twice. I guess hinting that why would I vote out a traitor? And she stated that everybody who has been eliminated were all friends to me, so why would I get rid of all my friends? I do think that was a good argument. She did it very calmly. She did it very calculating. But like I stated, I just really wish Sierra, because Gabby and Dylan are all suspicious of Danielle. A little bit. Well, not Dylan yet, my bad. But Gabby should have spoken up, and she didn't. Because everybody's talking about Danielle and her acting antics like she does too much. Then it's the coffin theory. So it's like we have more evidence against Danielle as opposed to Brittany. But she just wanted to go for Brittany. But long story short, though, yeah, I think all the arguments have been made. Sierra is the one that ends up being banished. All right. Now, afterwards, Dylan, baby Efron, he feels bad because he finally went with a group vote, and he felt like he never goes with the group. So that's why he feels bad. He actually didn't think Sierra was a traitor, but I guess for some reason he didn't want to vote for Brittany, or he didn't want to vote for Gabby, the other 2 women that he was suspicious of. And it's like, if you are suspicious of somebody, push your freaking argument. Because then Dolores, by the way, Dolores looked good in this episode, baby. Skin was glowing and boobs were sitting. Yes, ma'am, Dolores. But like when Dolores voted against Sierra, she was like, I only voted for you because my vote wasn't going to be able to save you, like basically like numbers wise. I would have been like, if I was Sierra, I would have been like, well, who do you think is a traitor? That's who you need to vote for. Like, that's the whole thing, like with the group vote thing. Like, excuse me, I think that's only, well, I mean, I guess it's good for traitors to do a group vote, but like as a faithful, I'm not going to vote with the group. I'm going to vote for who I am suspicious of. I'm going to question and push arguments towards the people that I am suspicious of. I'm not going to just go with what everybody is saying if I don't think that is true. So after that, as previously stated, Carolyn. Let's talk about Carolyn. Carolyn is basically pushing for who has the shield. And I think it was Gabby and Tom, they were talking, and they were like, we're not going to tell anybody who got the shield, so our whole group would be safe. And Carolyn was like all up in Tom's face. And I was like, Carolyn, you need to draw it back a little bit. because you're giving investigative eyes, and people are going to be like, why are you pushing for who has the shield? Why does it matter to you so much? You know what I'm saying? So I thought Carolyn was doing a little bit too much. So Carolyn and Danielle have been, of course, going back and forth, trying to rebuild their trust during this episode. Ironically, Carolyn wants to get rid of Brittany, and Danielle wants to save Brittany. So Danielle pulls Carolyn aside, and she was like, "Hey, Carolyn, are we good?" And then they, of course, try to talk about like the shield or whatever. And as they're doing so, Baby Dylan Efron comes out of the room and sees them talking. Now it's suspicious because Baby Dylan Efron was in the back room, but he wasn't there alone. So the guys have started like a little alliance, minus Tom. Why Tom was not in that room? It was Sam, Dylan, and Ivar. And Dylan was basically laying it out like either me or Sam are going to be eliminated tonight, because the girls know that there's pressure on them. And out of the guys, Dylan and Sam are the most vocal, the smartest, and one of them has to be taken out. You know what I'm saying? So it's telling Ivar that or whatever, I guess, giving all their wisdom onto him in case they're not here tomorrow. So when Dylan comes out, he sees the women, Carolyn and Danielle, and, you know, he starts to get a little bit suspicious. It is very awkward. Everybody stopped talking. And I'm like, everybody is giving guilty at this point in time, because they were talking about traitor business. And Dylan was basically talking about, you know, strategizing against the women. So Dylan was like, you know, I could leave if y'all want me to. And it's like, oh, no, it's okay. It's just kind of awkward now. And Dylan is like, you know what? I love Danielle, but I feel like I need to start looking her way. And he said all the shaking might be an act. And then they view on on Danielle doing this shaking like she got arthritis or something. Like, what is that, Danielle? Like, I don't know if that's like a real thing, tick that she has or whatever, but like, or if she's playing it up. Because if you playing it up, you look a mess. You really do, because you've been doing that since like episode 2, when I've been like, you're overacting and you need to chill out. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, while the Traitors go to their turret for the night, Carolyn and Danielle are faced with an option of, do they want to eliminate or do they want to recruit? Okay. They don't know who they would recruit. Danielle is trying to push for Brittany to be recruited, so she can have, I guess, another person in the turret that's on her side. And of course, Carolyn doesn't want Brittany to be recruited, because why? So y'all could team up and get me out? Absolutely not. Which, it makes sense, Carolyn. Shout out to you, Carolyn, for recognizing that and not voting for it. Hopefully you don't fold for it. And it was really suspicious of how hard Danielle was going for Brittany. Like, she was freaking out. Like, please, oh my God, we're not going to do it, Carolyn. Please. Why are you pushing so hard for her to get in here? That makes no sense to me. Danielle doesn't want to eliminate. Carolyn is considering eliminating. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nobody she really wants to bring in. So let's just, me and you, we've got to build our trust back. We just now trying to get on one accord. It's been hell in the turret. Why would you want to bring another person in here so it could be more chaos? No, like, let's eliminate. Now, honestly, let's weigh out our options. So y'all know now this is when Movie Bay starts her strategy talk. Okay, let's talk about it. To recruit or not to recruit? That is the question. So let's weigh our options. If we were to eliminate, they definitely would have to eliminate Sam or Baby Dylan Efron, because they are smart, especially because Sam, when he spoke up, he said something intelligent, like whoever can't describe the place, the chapel or Allen, has to be a traitor. Like, that's the type of thing the faithfuls need to be doing. They need to be thinking like that, trying to trip up the traitors. So he's smart. Now, Derek is also smart, but for some reason, I feel like Sam has more pull than Derek does, because when Derek was on Bob the Drag Queen, nobody was paying attention to him until Rob had the back door. You know what I'm saying? And I also feel like Derek could be framed as a traitor in the future. Granted, 3 male traitors is, you know, kind of odd, but you were also up Boston Rob's butt, just like Sierra was. So if we can accuse Sierra of being a faithful because she was on Rob, then we can accuse you as well. And maybe both of y'all were trying to get Bob out, because Dylan and Bob went at it. You know what I'm saying? Just the same way as Rob and Bob went at it. And now y'all in cahoots. Maybe both of y'all were trying to get Bob the drag queen out because he was bad for y'all game. I feel like Dylan can be framed. I'll say that. Okay. So out of elimination, I probably would get rid of Sam simply for the fact that I just stated. You know what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to why wouldn't I eliminate a woman? Because that narrows the numbers down for women, and it makes it more obvious because they're going for the women. So why would I dwindle our numbers? Let's have more people there to go through for the picking. All right. Now let's talk about possible recruitments. If we recruit, say, a Dylan, we can frame Dylan. You know what I'm saying? We can frame him. He is frameable. And you can't turn on us, Dylan, because I don't think Dylan has that in him. I really don't. I just don't. With that being said, if there is no elimination, they're going to know it was a recruit, and now it could have been a guy. So we could be looking for not only women now, we could still be looking for women and guys because it was a recruit, right? So that takes a little bit of pressure off of the women. However, I said a little bit of pressure because odds are I will be like, but odds are there's two women. You know what I'm saying? We could go through these guys or we could stay on the women. Like, somebody is going to have that thought. Like, we could just stick with our track and then double back for the guy later. Type. You know what I'm saying? Don't know about that. Now, if they recruit a woman, that will also kind of like buy them a little bit of time because the women are up for suspicion anyway. So whoever we bring in, we could throw them to the wolves. Or like I said, odds are nobody will win if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? Also, if they recruit a guy, the guy might end up going to the end because, like I stated, you know, they're going to try to get the women out first anyways. If they were to recruit a woman, I personally think that they should recruit not Brittany, because like I said, Danielle, you need somebody on the outside that's going to vote for you, to go to bat for you. So I think that they should vote in Dolores. I feel like out of the possible women, the women that are left, I feel like Dolores would be a horrible traitor. And also, we could double back to the housewives theory. Y'all want to open up theories? Let's open up theories. Y'all said it had to be a housewife traitor. She the last one standing. However, that might bring more suspicion on Danielle because in that challenge way back when, she basically took off her own face and Derek's face to save Dolores. Why? Possible traitor, perhaps? Interesting. But also, why would I do that for a traitor? You know what I'm saying? If I was a traitor, why would I do that for another traitor when they're not going to get eliminated anyways? Makes sense. But yeah. Or, all right, that was for a shield, not elimination. That was for a shield. Yeah. But that will... if, I don't know, if they recruit Dolores, that could bring suspicions back on Danielle. But I do feel like if they recruit a woman, it should be Dolores because I just feel like she's easier to frame. With Gabby, they could play like the doe-eyed, dumb, ditzy person. But if we're going for evidence, I don't know. I guess it's kind of even with them. But definitely, I don't think Brittany is the right recruit. I really don't. I just don't. With that being said, you guys, because at this point, I'm just thinking out loud. Y'all know how I get towards the end of these videos when I'm thinking about possibilities and outcomes and stuff like that. I would love to play this game, but I feel like I would be overstimulated because my mind runs wild with possibilities. Like, this could happen, this could lead back to that could lead back to that type ish. So, but anyways, thank y'all so much for tuning into my YouTube channel. Let's get this off. Let's put me on there. Boop. Thank y'all so much for tuning into my YouTube channel. Be sure you like the video. It really helps your girl out. Pushes her to the algorithm. Support Black businesses. It's Black History Month, okay? Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Should they recruit? Should they just eliminate? What do y'all think the traders should do? And of course, what I say, like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, whatever. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.